What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Zuni back out with another video, and let's get straight into a cast. So we're going to talk about the cast price, what I think it's going to go, the mining profits that you can get from mining this, if it's worth it, what are other opportunities you can get into that's part of the DAG ecosystem, and kind of like an overview of the mining situation. How much is being mined every day? What's the mining rate at? So let's just get straight into it. So let's look at actual mining stats, right? So as you can see right here, Cass is already almost making $1 million a day, or $750,000 a day in mining profits per day, 24 hours. Now that is huge, because when I was looking at it last, 2 months ago, when it was under the cent mark or just above the cent mark, we're sitting around basically $250,000 a day, $250,000 a day. Now, this is just has exploded back to this all-time high of the 4 cents, now like 5 cents. I think it's sitting at like what, four and a quarter, 4 cents and a half, 4.5 cents. So now, what people don't know is the mining rate does go down every month. There's only obviously let's just call it 29 million coins, and it gets harder and harder. More of these miners are getting on the market. We're still waiting for the big $50,000 miner, and they're going to be selling to break even. Like, it's going to be a lot of selling pressure now that only 30% is circulating, basically, or 30% is left to mine. And if you're having those $50 million and you're making like, I don't know, like $4,000 to $8,000 a month, you're going to be selling that to break even, because the miners in Bitcoin, that's what they're doing. That's where the sell pressure comes from. The majority of the sell pressure comes from miners. They're selling to make or to keep profits or to stay above water. And that's a basic MO for most businesses, is to stay above water and make money to break even and have a business model. But you still make money if you're employed and stuff like that. But it's, you're trying to break even if you can make money. But the mining is risky, or getting into this at all-time highs is very risky because of those factors. You're having sell pressure. Obviously, we had a big dip, a 4x dip. Let's just say this was at a 4 cent and it dropped down to a cent. So that's a 4x loss. If you put $1,000 in there, you divide it by 4. That's what you have left. Now, this can be good and bad if you're looking at the mining rig. So if you're looking at a mining rig, or maybe I don't know, if it was me, I would buy a simple $1,000 one, because if I lose $1,000, I think it's easier to recover than if you're buying a $5,000, $8,000, or even a $50,000 rig. And honestly, I would be holding all my coins. I wouldn't be selling for a profit. I would be holding everything and taking it to the grave, whether it goes up or down. So most people were making around like $30 to $40 a day. I think this was like 2 months ago, maybe even 3 to 4. I think it was maybe 3 months ago. Let's just call it 3. So you're making $20 a day. So that's how much cash you would have been making. Obviously, cash was lower, so you were making more. So you'd be times that by 4, give or take. So 1,600 or so. I think that's what they were making, around 15 to $2,000 a day. Now that's been cut, obviously, with the token prices going up, so you're making less. But you're making about $20 a day. And if we were to just make $10 a day, let's just call it $10 a day for the next 2 years, okay? And let's just cut it down. Let's just do bare minimum, because, like I said, more and more miners are going to be hitting the market, and it's going to be harder and harder to mine. More selling pressure. This thing could drop or tank, all right? I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying. And 2, it's a layer 1, but there's nothing really built on the ecosystem so far. Nothing really yet, okay? But, Cardano was kind of the same way. So let's times that by 365 days. So you're making around 73,000 let's just say, yeah, 73,000 a year. So let's do 73,000 a year. So about 4K, 3K. Now, if we were to, double that, if we mine for the next 2 years, right? You sell in late 2025 or so. So then you have about 140,000, and let's just say it goes to $4. You've been making $250,000 right there, $250,000. And if you divide it by 2, it really doesn't go that high. It goes to $2. You're making $250,000. So either half, $250,000 from $1,000 investment that you did. Now you can DCA that $1,000 in. You never know. This thing could tank and go sub pennies. So, it depends on what your risk tolerance is. For example, if you want to just mine it. If you want to just buy it, you buy it, right? There's risks to reward. This thing could just go tank. Everyone could sell. It could be a dead token. It could really drop all the maybe cascading sell pressure. Everyone just starts selling. Because if you think about, if you look at the top holders, you have humpback whales that have a lot. And then you have, it goes less and less, or it goes more and more as you go down. But you never really know what's going to happen with these tokens, especially mining tokens. Like I said, I think it's going to drop. So I'm not going to really jump into this bad boy, to be honest. I think there's other tokens that haven't really popped. This is a big one. This is a newer one. Check this one out. Mir. I'm just going to call it Mir. This one is a block DAG, I want to say. This one's a block DAG. So it's a blockchain, but with DAG. Oh, yeah, there it is. Block DAG. So it's a newer token, very, very new. I think it just released this month. This summer. It released this summer. So in July. So it was at one point, almost $40, $35. And now it's sub pennies at 19 cents. And this could, like I said, this one, it was the VCs, they had a lot of, kind of like the mining, they had a lot of the tokens and they dumped the price and it just died. Now, not died, but the price died. Now, this could happen. The same thing could Kaspa. This could just totally happen. We're still early, a year in, yeah. It has a little more traction, a little more volume. But you never really know if the miners get spooked and more people coming in. We all know the big bad boy is going to be coming in, the $50,000 miner. Like I said, you'll be making like 10K a month. So if you have 10K a month selling pressure with these whales, maybe they put their profits into miners and they sell for the miner and then they just mine more. You never really know. It could be a double win right there. Taking profits, buying some, and then the price dips. So those are my options. What I have, I think at a 20,000 or 26,000% increase, there may be other tokens that could pop. You could get like Saucer Swap, for example. That could be a big one on the Hedera ecosystem, the DAG ecosystem, Kaspa ecosystem, the other Kaspa. This one could hit. Obviously, it's been going nothing but down if you look from the all-time charts. So there's other DAGs, and like I said, that new one, Mir, Quit Mir, that could be a big one too. So, just because you missed on CAS doesn't mean you missed on the whole market. Obviously, we're probably going to have another dip or two before we eventually go up. And the altcoins could get hit really, really hard with this next dip. If there's a recession, kind of like COVID or something crazy, you have one final hurrah. It's possible. One final very, very low dip. So all I'm saying is be careful. Think about what you can. Think about that. And you kind of go do the math. Because if you're not earning $10 you're mining, maybe you're earning $5 or even $1. Go down to the low dollar. So you never really know what's going to happen with these coins. The $1,000 could be gone, or the mining could take off crazy. But remember, you're going to be fighting for the last 30% with those big boys, and you never really know what's going to happen with the tokens. if I would, like I said, if I was buying a miner, I would buy the least cost one. If you want to hold it long term, possibly hold it long term or sell for profits. It's up to you. So that is my video. You really never really know with these tokens. It could take off. It could go up crazy high. All I'm giving you is some stats and just a piece of advice, and at least my advice for myself. I'm giving myself advice, but advice to look at the numbers, look at what possibly happened with Bitcoin, Doge, kind of see what's happening there. Obviously, the emissions for Doge is 1 million, so I mean it's doing all right. It's been stable, but just remember, be very, very careful with the tokens. Be very, very careful in crypto. Have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.